Hey everybody, welcome to Narc Speaks TV. How you guys doing on this Wednesday? Today is June 11th, 2025. We done made it halfway through the work week. Hey Royalty Queen, how you doing, beautiful? Thanks for pulling up on this live with me. I appreciate that. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hey, Miss What It Do and stuff in the house. Welcome over. Hey, Bama Boo. How you doing? Good to see you. Talking about some well. What you trying to say? Don't you start with me now. How's it going? Hey, Janice M. How are you? Welcome over to Narc Slayer Speaks TV. Good to see you. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day. I hope that, everything is going good in you guys' life and all is well. We can't, you know, sit around and let stuff get to us now. We got to try to stay positive, even though everything we see going on in this crazy ass world. Okay? Don't let it get to you. Keep pushing. Do what you got to do to protect your peace, your happiness, and your joy. Hey, young Riaz, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, so I just wanted to pull up and talk about. I'm sure you guys have seen what happened out here in Las Vegas, where I live. Um, it's been kind of bothering me, and I just felt compelled to come out here and just, share a little, talk a little bit about it with you guys and stuff. Um, and just see, how my people feel about it and what you think and everything of that nature. You guys can please hit my like button. I don't come out here much. You know what I'm saying? I'll be busy and I got other stuff going on in my life that takes more of a priority right now. It's the summertime and my daughter's out of school, so you know how that goes. Traveling, vacations, family functions, and everything of that nature. And so I may not be coming out here as much as I would like to, Miss Would It Do. But I'ma certainly try harder. And I know I say that every time, but I really do mean it. I do be trying to hit my live button. But, you know, to be honest with y'all, it just, I don't know, like I'll be wanting to come out here, but I don't be feeling it. As far as like hitting my live button, like sometimes I just don't be feeling it, for my own personal reasons. I'm just trying to protect my peace and my energy. And as I've always said to you guys, I'm only going to come out here when I have something, to offer that can enlighten, that can help somebody reach somebody, tap into them in some type of way. Okay. Um, that's basically like the only time that I have pledged that I'm going to come out here, you know. So I'm trying to stick to what I say as far as that go. Ain't no such thing as no positive channel or nothing like that because it's hard to be positive on the internet, as we all know, right? So I just go with the flow, and that's about it. Um, let's see. Miss Janice speaking to Royalty Queen. Janice speaking to Bama. Glad to see you now because we know you by now. We know you by now. Right. So you also know that I'm going to come out here, like I just said, when I got something, important or relevant to say. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time that I will pretty much hit my live button, unless there's something else going on that I have to come out here, and address, and you guys see that other side of me that a lot of people have seen if they've been following me since I came on here, right? But we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. So, what I wanted to present to you guys, like I said, I'm pretty sure you guys heard about the couple that was unalived here in Las Vegas on the strip in front of the Bellagio fountains, I believe on Sunday night. And as we all know, that internet beefing can go from one extreme to another, right? And we all have our opinions and everything like that. Now, I don't know the couple that was unalived. I've never come across Finney the Legends channel. However, the other person, Sin City Manny, I have seen and heard of him. I was not following him, but he was very popular out here in Vegas as far as like he would be on Fremont Street a lot and everything like that. So a lot of us people, that um, you know, live out here or have a YouTube channel, a lot of us have seen him in some type of capacity, right? I've never seen him in person, but I have seen his channel and his content and have heard people speak about him. Okay. And from what I understand, he was not a likable person, for lack of a better word. Okay. So I just wanted to come out here and just touch on it a little bit because, like I said, it's been bothering me ever since I heard about it. You know, I just feel like that's senseless and it's stupid, when it gets to that level, when people crash out to that extent. But at the same time, you can't taunt and fuck with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is not to be fucked with. Okay. And I think that this should serve as some type of like warning, reminder, or whatever, however you want to take it. We all should take something from that. You know what I'm saying? As YouTubers, or if you're on TikTok or Facebook, whatever platform, it doesn't matter. I feel like the responsible thing for us adults, the ones that are really adults, okay, we all should take something from this tragedy, okay? And that's a little bit on how I feel. So I'm gonna attempt to play this, and I will drop the link at the end of this if anybody wants to come up here and discuss this further, share their insight or their feelings or experiences with cyberbullying or internet beefing with other people, whether it's in the comments or whatever the case may be. Okay, so give me a moment, and here we go.
They really slotted and killing each other now over YouTube beats. Y'all fried, bruh. This takes Crash Dummy to a whole new level. But we can actually learn a lot from this situation and how everything played out. The two YouTubers that are involved in this very horrific situation is Finney the Legend, who you see on your left, and Sin City Manny, who you see on your right. The dynamic or storyline between Finney and Manny ain't really that uncommon. We see this storyline and dynamic play out on YouTube time after time after time, but rarely, if ever, do we see a more horrific ending than these two provided to the world today. Sin City Manny is a YouTuber who's been on the platform for over a decade. He's amassed around 20,000 subscribers. He's not a big creator, and he's not a small creator. He actually amassed a pretty impressive and decent following. 20,000 subscribers is nothing to sneeze at. However, when you amass any type of following, what comes with it is people who love your content, who watch your content. There's reactors, and there's also people who don't like you or like your content, And there's a community of YouTubers who are usually incentivized to make hate videos about you and leash off your content because they see it as a quick and easy path to gain a following themselves.
Oh, he's basically saying that because Sin City Manny had over 20,000 subscribers or whatever, that attracts people to make you content because of how many people you have connected to you. Wow. I guess that's one way to look at the motive, maybe.
themselves. And we see that with almost every creator. I have a legion of YouTubers who leech onto me and make videos about me. I just see it as it comes with the territory, right? If I get this platform to exalt the Lord and make money and feed my family, then hey man, if that's what comes with it, I'll take it, bro. Because the worst case scenario is I'll go back to working at a call center, being homeless, not being able to do nothing for my family. So if having a little bit of haters is what it takes, man, to grow and have a following on YouTube, I'll take it. However, not everyone have my approach. Sin City Mini for the
But the thing with that is you have to have thick skin because people are going to attack you. People are definitely going to attack you on any type of social media platform, right? Like that's just that's in life, period.
most part would really engage with the other YouTubers who were making videos about him. He would often do reactions to them, react to them, sneak diss them in real life. So he was very interactive with these people, which I think helped incentivize more people to begin making videos and hate videos about him. And eventually it became an entire army versus Sin City Manny, to be honest with you.
Hey, Las Vegas homeowner. Did you know that if your solar panels were installed between January of 2012 and December of 2012?
Somebody's got to be the bad guy around here. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your pinche finger and say, look at that fine ass guy. And you look at you ugly boys. And you know what? We're going to do a switch real quick. From right now, this moment, we calling nobody
He was a
haters no
character.
more, guys. We calling these guys promoters. Because in reality, that's what they be doing. There are promoters that get paid by other promoters. You know, we ain't gotta pay them. Other promoters pay these. That's the way we look at it moving forward. Okay. They are
If he remembers.
promoters. So free promotion for us. Don't worry about the pay. They pay. They get paid within each other. Promoters promote each other usually. Or come on. Promoters pay each other. Anyways.
At times when he reacted to hate, he would put up a front as if it wasn't affecting him, but we all know
Right.
that was
So if he felt like that, then what took place shouldn't have took place. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you that, sometimes people can get under your skin, but you can't let it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. And that's how I feel. At the end of the day, some internet shit is not worth it. You know what I'm saying?
far from the truth. He was deeply affected by this because he would lash out at times. See, for him, from the outside looking in, you kind of understand where the lashing out comes from. Because for most YouTuber like myself, I'm already at a certain point where you making hate videos about me only helps me, to be honest, bro. Like I'm already established to where you make hate videos, you lie on me, bro. People come on this platform and they see the truth and they see I'm not everything you're lying on me about, and they
Right.
stay around for the content. But if you are a YouTuber with only 20,000 subscribers and you're still trying to grind and make it on YouTube, and you have 1,000 different channels tearing you down, then it's kind of hard to grow. And essentially, you're faced with the reality that your dream of ever being a big YouTuber.
It may be hard to grow, but you can also use all them bricks that's being thrown at you to build your platform and make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to take the bitter with the sweet and everything and just keep moving. Use that hate or whatever is going on to make you stronger, to build you up, you know?
YouTuber or ever growing essentially would never happen. It's impossible, right? Because as a small YouTuber, you drop a video and is masked by nothing but hatred. You don't have the audience yet to really overcome that hatred. So now essentially like your audience is haters. And those haters ain't doing anything to push your videos out. So, you essentially get stuck in a cycle where you make a video, is bombarded by nothing but hate, and you really have no fans to really combat that. It just don't work. So he was faced with that reality that, you only have 20,000 subscribers. Your hate train is just too large and too great right now at this stage for you to ever succeed. Finney was Manny's biggest.
He couldn't handle the pressure, and pressure busts pipes. That's why you have to be careful who you picking and poking at.
Adversary from Manny perspective to making it big one day, because Finney was very open that he had no plans on stopping. As a matter of fact, he put Manny's name in his title, hoping that when people search up Sin City Manny, they would discover his channel so they can see all the hate that he has said about Manny. So Finney was really content. He was in a great position. If Manny ever grows, well, his channel will grow too, because he's a Manny hate channel. And hey, if Manny don't grow, then mission successful.
Hey, real quick. Hey, you didn't want to tell him your name, but when he go click Sin City Family, guess who's gonna come up? Shout out to the algorithms. Shout out to the algorithms. Shout out to me putting your name in the title so this would happen. That was the goal, man. Was to get big enough that when they type your name in, Big Smile Finney come up, and I'll be smiling hard, man. And then they go click it like, dang, what's
So you see, old boy had a specific way of moving to keep taunting the other one, right? Did you just hear what he said? Like he was strategic with the shit. So he knew what he was doing, and most people that are out here picking with folks, they know what they doing and how to do it. Now, Sin City Manny, it seems like to me, he shows some type of weakness from which old dude picked up on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always said, like, social media is not for the emotional or the weak. You gotta have extra thick skin to be a content creator, whatever. I mean, even just being in the comments, if you're not a content creator, people come at you just off of what you said in somebody's comments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't show no weakness. And weakness is a normal emotion that we all have, but you got to have self-control with that. Because even though it's on the internet, as we see, it can spill over into real life. And we have
this dude
this.
smiling so hard about? Then they come in and they hear me say, man, he's a punk.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having to go to court.
He eats.
If you go to Finney's channel, you would see like almost every video was about Sin City Manny, man. Everyone. Like 5-hour and 6-hour live streams.
That is insane. 5 and 6 hour live streams. But we see that on social media. You know what I'm saying? When somebody has a target, they hone in on that target. You know what I'm saying? But 5 and 6 hours talking about one person, like, I don't know. Wow. Find something else, you know what I'm saying, to kind of switch up and talk about. Now, like I said, I don't know all the deep details, but I have heard from a lot of different people on like some of the background of this. And I guess they have been going back and forth for 2 years, stemming off of an incident that happened on Fremont Street 2 years with Finney's wife and Manny, and it went from there. And these gentlemen used to be friends. They used to be cool with each other. Now you see how things can go from this to that. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, I have learned my lesson about, staying in my lane and how to move on motherfucking social media. Right. So, unfortunately, you gonna see that teeter totting, wishy washy, going from one extreme to another situation with people like that off of social media.
Man, of people just ragdolling this dude, Sin City Manny, man, going at him, exposing him, talking about his wife, his family, him. Their entire mission was to make sure that Sin City Manny do not become a successful YouTuber. For a relatively small YouTuber, Finney was making a lot of money in donations and super chats for essentially running a Sin City Manny hate channel.
JC told me I better chill, and let me see what JC told me to chill about. JC say, legend, stay on Panty's butt, never give up. Laugh out loud. Shout out to JC. I don't like being on man's butts. How can I be on Julie's butt? Can I please be on Julie's butt instead of...
And Julie is Manny's wife. So, like I said, they be going low. They be going low. They be digging deep. They be trying to be a thorn in your motherfucking spine when they going at you. You know what I'm saying? And we see how people in these chats be fueling the drama, because it's entertainment for them, but it can be real life consequences for some of these content creators out here. You know what I'm saying? The ones that take it to the extreme, which is what we're seeing that has happened.
The Manny's butt. But I'll read the comment how you read it, but just can I please be on Julie's butt? I have spoken. My baby girl is here. She here early, y'all. She here early from the East Coast. She here early from the East Coast. My baby girl Anna say, TT long and strong, say Finney for the win. Best stream chat. Well, hopefully you enjoying yourself, and anybody picking on Miss TT will get punished.
At the time, he had a little over 2,000 subscribers, and he made $150 within 18 minutes of a 6-hour live stream. As a small YouTuber, that is a lot of money, because his videos don't even make that much, right?
And I apologize if you guys hear my landscapers are out in the front right now. So if you hear that, I apologize in advance.
So when you're making that much money, you are incentivized to keep making these videos, keep making these hit pieces, keep making these hate live streams, and galvanizing a community of people who want to see Sin City fail. And you are essentially their voice and their platform. Now, I'm not saying that Finney didn't have good reasons to want to see Manny fail, because from what I watched, Finney, for the most part, started off as a fan of Sin City Manny. Then the more he watched Manny, he just couldn't get down with him, right? Manny has been accused of sucker punching people, pepper spraying people, and he just thought that Manny was an absolute weirdo after watching him, for a prolonged period, and decided he was going to start.
And that's where we go wrong, underestimating folks. You can't say what somebody ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You can't never, ever underestimate anybody, because anything can happen at any given time.
Exposing Manny and creating a platform for Manny victims, right? So he may have his reasons for doing this. I'm just documenting what took place, all right? I'm not passing judgment on anyone. I'm just giving you guys a story. So Finney was incentivized to, to go a little harder on Manny, right? Like he would often do bits like this during his live stream where he would not only go at Manny, but he will also go at his wife, Julie.
Are you drowning in payday loan debt?
That's
Have
crazy.
you taken out multiple payday loans and are unable to pay them back? Then
Like, who leaves the house looking like that? Like, what about leaving the house like that makes you like feel like that's tight? Like when he left and he put that makeup on as a guy, and then he put the hat on with the fake cholo outfit. Like, what about that? Like, what do you think he said? Like, do you think he was like, man, I look hard tonight? Like, what is his goal?
So that's Sin City Manny. He would go out on Fremont Street and he would do the face painting and everything like that. And I heard he would go out there, be drunk as a skunk, picking with folks. He then busted people heads open and everything of that nature. Okay. So you know, he was a feisty or is a feisty little guy. You know what I'm saying? And so this is Benny the legend here, you know, making fun of whoever the lady is in the black, which is associated with Sin City Manny. And basically you know, making light of what they have on and everything like that, which I'm pretty sure this fueled Manny's anger and hatred towards him and his wife. Okay.
I don't get it. What's his goal? Does he want to look like a clown? Does he want to look like a cholo? What's his goal? He's a
Look at
See, all I know today, all I know is that his, all I know is that it, hold on. All I know is that his goal is to be zesty as hell, fool.
Okay. I don't know. I don't wish I had my Zoom in again like Donuts. Donuts be zooming all in on. Because look at how her back going. Is that Machete's woman? Like, like
yeah, you whooping the shit out of Machete.
Is that Machete's woman right there?
Yeah, yeah, it
That's her. Okay. Like, you know when Martin said that noncetal, that is the definition of noncetal right there. Like when it sinks in. Like, look at how when you get to the ass, it curves inward. Like the ass is supposed to curve outward. Hers curves. She got an end booty. We got a front booty and she got an end booty. That's an end booty right there. We call that an innie.
Segments like this enrage Sin City Manny because you're not just coming after him. Now you're body shaming his wife. You're saying things about his wife. So at this point, it's a all-on war, right? Is YouTubers going at it on whoever can offend the other person the most, whoever can out-expose the other person is absolute madness. Now,
and we know when it starts getting like that, when people start talking about people, kids, wives, mothers, people that are passed away, dogs, cats, whatever the situation may be. We know that that takes it to a whole nother level because now, you know, we're in personal waters. We're digging deep. We're going to hell with each other, right? And while you may be laughing and thinking it's funny, the other party is really, you know, taking it deeply, taking it in, taking it as a personal offense. You know what I'm saying? Whereas somebody else might just look at it and brush it off and just be like, well, you don't know me, you don't know them, so I don't really give a fuck what you're talking about, right? Okay, that's a person that is rational. You know what I'm saying? That's a person that, you know, understands that this is just the internet and everything like that. But I feel like even with people who are rational, sometimes they get to the point where they can snap and crash out, especially if it's been over a long period of time where you know, the back and forth has been going and just depending on how deep. You know what I'm saying? I would hope not. I would hope nobody crashes out to any level where it causes detriment to yourself and your families, like what we're seeing that has happened here.
Now, there were signs that Sin City Manny was getting to a point where he was sick of this and he was ready to go off the edge. Because even on live streams, he will send subliminals towards Finney, letting him know that when he sees him, he's gonna blow his head off.
Let me catch you at the red light, Finny. That fat boy over there in Arizona, somebody got checked on. Send me the picture. I want to see that. Somebody got to do it. Teach him a lesson, homie.
These threats and warnings to Finney from Manny was well received. Now, Finney was strong in his conviction that he was making videos and tearing down a guy that he believes shouldn't have a platform. He was making videos destroying a guy that he believes is a very terrible human being. So he was strong in his convictions. Manny was also strong in his convictions because Manny felt like Fanny was going out of his way to tear him down when he didn't deserve it. But Finney was very open that he had no plans on stopping it. He would actually brag even after receiving the threats. He would actually brag about being the reason why Manny's channel and his career is going to the dump, and his channel and his career is going up.
Calls around. What ain't that the last year for you, buddy? How's the last year been going?
Booking.com has all kinds of stays for those who love family resorts and for
you want to do a comparison to what you've been doing the year before? I think they call it at their house life before Finney. Like when they be arguing and shit, before Finney, it used to be. So they like this should be before BC. At their house is before Finney. Before Finney. Here we go.
He took pride in being a reason why Manny's life wasn't going how he wanted it to go. He took pride. You see, Finney is smiling. He's obviously content.
Right. He thought the shit was funny, He was using his pain for his entertainment, right? Benny was using the other dude, Manny's pain, anguish, whatever he was showing, anger or whatever like that for his entertainment. He thought the shit was funny,
With his convictions that he's doing the right thing, because he took absolute pride in Manny's hopes and dreams of being a YouTuber was being squandered and broken and tore down by him. And he loved it. And he took sole responsibility for pretty much ruining Manny's life and his dreams and his hope.
Hey Maritza, how you doing, beautiful? Thanks for pulling up. Driving but listening. Okay, be careful.
Now, when you do this, though, the smartest thing to do is to probably not put yourself in a situation where a confrontation can happen. Because in this situation, the person who's on the receiving end of this is probably in a fit of rage. They're probably emotionally unstable. They probably hate you so much, and they probably view you probably unfairly as the root for all their issues. Right? When, in fairness, if Sin City Manny essentially made high grade A+ quality content, he could very well outgrow the haters, right? Like he could very well make enough great content to where he's outgrowing it. But when you put yourself in that situation, in that position, and you see this dude galvanizing a community of people to hate you, it's very easy to trick yourself to blame him for all the reasons why your YouTube channel ain't popping off like you think it should. So what happened is, Finney is taking responsibility for being the sole reason why Manny's channel ain't popping off how it's popping off. Now Manny hates you. So the dumbest thing you can do when you have an enemy that strong is to go to his city with your family for vacation, which is...
Now, I totally 100% agree with that. You don't ever come to the city of the person you've been fucking with. You've been digging into their side, talking about their family, they wives, they kids, they husband, whoever the fuck. And you think that you gonna walk freely. And this man has made public threats to you before you brought your behind to the city he's in. He's been threatening you. And then not only that, but you have your wife with you. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got no burner with you, and you come into the city of the person that you've been beefing with. And I'm talking about seriously beefing with, to where y'all threatening each other, and you still think that it's fun and games. Like, you're not taking no type of precaution. You ain't got your heat with you. You just naked. Come on now.
What Finney did. Finney is on live with his wife in Vegas, where Manny live streams. He's on the strip. Manny live streams on the strip often. So he essentially put himself in position where you're guaranteed to meet up with the man who you've been making hit pieces about for the last 18 months, which to me isn't the smartest, especially when you're out of town, so you don't have your gun with you, you don't have security, you don't have
Right.
protection. He's probably thinking, it's the strip. Manny is a small dude. I can take him if he wants to fight. But your wife is with you, and you're putting yourself in a situation where a confrontation is going to happen.
Right.
Which it don't really appear, though, that Finney was too worried about a confrontation happening. Because when Manny found out that Finney was in Vegas, Manny would make a video giving Finney, I guess, ample time to leave that strip and to go home back to Arizona. But nah.
Jerome, I'm out here searching for my baby. I went through every casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here in town.
Now, this is the day before the unaliving took place on the strip. So, I mean, you would think Finney and his wife, or, his people that rock with him, saw this video that this man did, right? You would think that. Okay. So then you would also think that somebody said, man, you need to watch how you moving. You know what I'm saying? He should have thought, I need to watch how I'm moving here with my wife. You know what I'm saying? They knew that old boy wasn't wrapped too tight. I mean, everybody know that old boy is like a loose cannon. Okay. So if he has that type of reputation, y'all beefing, and he didn't threaten you, and he's making a public threat on social media that he's looking for you high and low while you right here in his city. My nigga, you ain't gonna take that seriously? Like, come on now. Where's the common sense? Everything ain't fun and games. You can't play with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And you don't ever say what somebody ain't gonna do. If you done dug so deep into them to where now they on a whole nother level with your ass, but you still think it's funny?
I'm dying to see him. Dying to see him. What we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll be there. I'll be there.
Maybe it's because I have ultra survival instinct that when I look at that video, what I see is a man who has completely lost his mind, who is now over the edge. If you've ever
Right.
been to Vegas or been to the strip, then you would understand how insane the words of, I went to every casino, I went to every hotel
In the motherfucking heat. It's 109, 110 out here in Vegas. Okay. That's the daytime. At night, it's still 100 degrees. So it don't matter if the nigga went looking in the daytime, nighttime, 4 day, 4 night. It don't fucking matter. It's hot as Satan's motherfucking balls out here. And you mean to tell me that you looking for these people in every motherfucking hotel, casino on this strip? That's insane. I would be like, oh yeah, this motherfucker ain't playing with me. He ain't playing with me. He then lost his motherfucking mind. You know, at what point do you feel like you got to start thinking rationally to protect yourself and your wife in the event that, you know, he makes good on his threats? Everything ain't fun and games, and everything ain't motherfucking funny. And, you know, that part of this really pisses me off. It really does, because for them to have lost their life like that, and his wife, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he should have, you know, thought more on a common sense level instead of trying to see whose balls is the biggest.
You walk the strip and back? Sir, look at him. If somebody tells me they went to every casino on the strip and every hotel on the strip, what that tells me, bro, that person really want to get his hands on me, and it's my goal to make sure I never encounter that person. They're obviously prepared for a confrontation, and I'm in
On
a
my
world of trouble.
soul, he
But
snapped.
Finney apparently wasn't worried, even though when you watch the rest of this video where he's letting Finney know he's going to get him and he's after him, even you would probably say, if you're out of town without a gun, you know what?
Salute, Miss Janice.
Yeah, I'm not getting into a confrontation. I'm not meeting up with this dude at all.
You apply to this amazing
That's
job.
crazy.
You wait for a response and nothing. Enhansive can upgrade.
You better believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told, right? Somebody should have sent me my invite, Mr. Marquez.
Like in this video, he's literally driving around Las Vegas looking for these people on live. Okay. You mean to tell me that they didn't see this? They didn't see this, or nobody told them that this nigga looking for y'all? Like, come on.
That's right. We outside.
Like, he done snapped, crackled, and popped.
We're doing fuel bar tonight. I'm there, homie. Or wherever you go, I will be there.
That right there, wherever you go, I will be there. Okay? That right there said it all. Where was the common sense? Bama said, well, he gave him plenty of warnings. I would have been gone. But what if they didn't see this? That's what I said. Like, even if they, the couple that were unalive, if they didn't see it, which I believe that they did. But even if they didn't see that, Bama, I feel like their subscribers, somebody that was close to them, they had other content creators that they was rocking with that was tight with them. I know they seen it, and I'm pretty sure somebody told them. Ain't no way that they didn't know about this.
Oh man, come on. I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know? Hi.
Wow.
Just watching how far Finney videos have driven this man off the edge is one of the reasons why I don't really do the Paulo content, right? Like I'll make a video or two or maybe three about somebody, but I really don't want to get in the habit of making a video about somebody every day or joining in on a creator who's already being piled on and making daily videos about them, because I always feel like, one, I don't want to be responsible for this person cracking, right? And I don't know, I just always feel scummy about that. Like, kind of like, for example, like Wes Watson. I made videos about Wes Watson like early on, and I'll probably make a video or two about Wes Watson in the future. But why I don't do the daily Wes Watson video like other creators is because I feel like just just piling on somebody every day to me is kind of like, there's something cruel about that. Now, some of these dudes deserve to pile on. Like Johnny
Bama said he probably was thinking, hold on. He probably was thinking he was just going to say hi for real. I don't know. That's possible, because they did go back and forth about who's taller, who's bigger, who's shorter, who's scrawny, who's this, who's that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't ever underestimate people. That's where we go wrong, where we're assuming that ain't nobody gonna pop off on you. You can't never say what somebody ain't gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And we see how that turned out here in this case, and maybe he was thinking that old boy wasn't gonna do nothing to him, just more taunting. He was taunting them online on his channel and then coming to Vegas and taunting them even more, on his territory is what old boy probably how he looked at it. Like, oh, you coming where I live at and you fucking with me and you think this is a game. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where Benny made a huge terrible judgment call on the situation. Like I said, he thought it was funny. He thought it was comical, it was entertainment. He wasn't taking the situation seriously. He wasn't taking the threat seriously. And so, I mean, this is just an example of what happens when you think you can play with everybody.
Somali and others, they deserve to pile on. But just in my heart, man, I just don't want to be responsible for anybody's mental health taking a toll, So I just don't. And to see this man barking, like literally like salivating at the opportunity to hurt this creator who's been making videos about him, shows that this man was truly affected by this. And he made good on his promise, because while Finney was live on the strip, like Manny walked by. And I don't know if Manny was trying to go unnoticed, but Finney seen Manny and he laughed a little bit. And then the confrontation happened.
It was said that his wife was live when they were walking on the Bellagio sidewalk area in that vicinity before they seen Finney and his wife, and that on the live, his subscribers, Manny's subscribers, was telling him where Finney and his wife was located at. Like telling them, oh, they're in front of the Bellagio fountains. You know what I'm saying? Like giving Manny the location where the couple was at. Okay. Because the couple was live on their channel. And so that's what they're saying, that's how he was able to actually, walk past and locate them to do what he did. Now, this is sensitive right here. So if anybody wants to go ahead and check on out, go ahead. I think some of it's blurred out. They're not going to really show the actual whatever like that. But I do understand that sometimes these things can be sensitive in nature to people. So if anybody wants to exit, go ahead. And I'll give a few seconds before I hit play. But I'm pretty sure people have saw this because this stuff is viral everywhere. Like, this is worldwide news. So here we go. And you see him right there. Right there. Right here with the hat. And this is his wife walking next to him. and she's holding his phone because she's live streaming. That's his wife, and that's him. Okay.
Vinny still thinks it's a joke because Manny is this super tiny guy, super angry. Finney is this laid back guy who's pretty tall. So he spots Manny walking by and he starts laughing. He still thinks it's a joke. He thinks Manny is harmless. But Manny is filled with rage right now because he feels like you have been destroying the career that he worked hard to build. So Finney books it because Manny spotted.
Okay, so Bama said, that's crazy. He crashed out. All I feel he should have done was walk by, gave him one warning, but the wife tried to step up and stop him. Right. She did. And it appears to me that she was one of them ride or die, for her husband, for her people, bout it. Probably a little bit more thugged out than her husband. I don't know. I'm just assuming. And, she probably felt what was finna happen, and she tried to get in the middle of it, But as I said earlier, I feel like, and this is my opinion, having your wife to come to Vegas where your online enemy lives and your online enemy has made offline threats of bodily harm to you. I feel like him as the man, he should have moved way better than that. Okay. First of all, you should have had a burner, 2 or 3 of them on you. You feel me? These people have kids, grandkids on both sides. Okay. Now they got to come out here to Vegas, claim their mother and father's body, and start preparing funeral arrangements. And for what? For claps, clicks, likes, views, YouTube monetization, YouTube fame. Like, for what at the end of the day? Oh boy, he's going to prison for the rest of his life because Nevada don't play that shit. Okay. And he did that on the strip. Yeah, he's done. He's done. Talking about some self-defense. No, they not finna play with him. Okay. They are not finna play with him. He's done. So what did anybody get from this? It's heartbreak on both sides. I don't care which way you look at it, right? Bama said, I agree. I seen it. Okay. And now ain't nobody going to have no likes. Exactly. Exactly.
It's Finney's wife. So when he spots Finney's wife, he realizes Finney is somewhere here. So then he spots Finney. So then he pulls out his gun and tries to circle back to get Finney. Now, Finney and his wife is probably thinking, Manny isn't going to hurt the wife. He wants Finney. So the wife gets in front of Manny to prevent him from getting to Finney. Finney sees that and he tries to book it. He gets out the frame. Manny then spots Finney and begins to shoot. At that point, Manny is filled with so much rage that he took anyone who got in the way. Now, currently, we know that Finney got hit and he was shot and killed. We know the wife was killed, and we know another bystander was hit.
What we know is that there were 7 shots, 5 of which went into Finney. And this is the report that has been released. Anybody can look it up. You Google it. He took 5 shots, 1 to the face, 1 to the head, and the rest to his torso. His wife took 2 to the back of her head. So Old boy unalived the wife, and she was no threat to him. It appears to me that she may have been trying to tend to her husband, who was on the ground suffering from bullet wounds, and he commenced to unalive her with 2 shots to the back of her head. Insane.
Now, that person's condition is currently unknown. There's rumors that person passed away. I haven't heard any official claims yet, but currently we know for sure that Finney and his wife, they both passed away. And we literally witnessed their last moment in 4K.
On live.
All over YouTube beef.
Right.
All over, listen, bro, quite possibly dreams of becoming a big YouTuber that was probably never going to materialize. These dudes were a part of a niche community on YouTube, essentially centered around one dude who people thought was silly, and they made videos about. They maybe clowning him, talking about his wife, and he just couldn't take it. He broke. He snapped. Now, one, Manny is a piece of you-know-what. Like, he's a crap. Bro, he's a terrible human being. Manny should burn in hell, right? I don't care what the excuse is. I don't care if your feelings was hurt. I don't care if, you was experiencing mental anguish. You don't do that to innocent people. You just don't. Now, if you...
And my thing is this. Why didn't his wife intercede? Like, did he not have a support system? I'm talking about Manny, old boy, that did this shit. Were people fearful of him, where they felt like they couldn't say nothing or try to calm him down or talk sense into him? Like, his wife was always streaming with him, okay? They were always together when they did this stuff. Like I said, she was with him when this took place. She was walking right a little bit in front of him, okay? So she was with him. So, ma'am, did you not see that big ass heat that your husband had with him? Like, and on top of that, he took all his jewelry off. And from what I understand, old boy never took his rings and all that stuff off. He always kept that on. So my thing is, you being his wife, you didn't have no blues clues of what was finna take place. Did you not try to stop him, even if you had to call the police on him to keep this from happening? Even if you had to let the couple know, y'all need to like get the fuck on because it's finna pop off, literally. So I feel like she should be like a co-conspirator to this, the wife, because ma'am, how did you not know? Okay. You had to have some type of clues, or he had to say something. Like the day before, he was driving all around Las Vegas. He said he went to every hotel and casino in the motherfucking heat looking for these people. So, in my opinion, I feel like she should be held liable to some type of extent. And the way the police and the stuff like that here, the laws and the judges here, we're going to see it play out because they're not going to play with this situation because it happened on the strip. And everybody knows that the police ain't going to play with your motherfucking ass here in Las motherfucking Vegas. They don't play out here. Okay? No games. So I'm pretty sure, we gonna see how this all continues to materialize. That's why I think they looking for her. She assessor. Yeah. The heat made him more. Girl, this heat would make anybody more mad. This motherfucking heat, okay, is no punk. All right. So you got to be calm and have a level head in the summertime out here. Because this shit might make you want to fight, okay?
If any want to duke it out and take your anger out on each other, do that, bruh. You killing a wife too, ain't no excuse for it, bruh. Die in jail, homie. Right? You's a
Right.
garbage human being.
That
Garbage. So
part.
there's no excuse for this whatsoever.
None.
I canceled my Mid-Journey
Ain't no
subscription because
excuse.
this AI does
And
everything
that
I
shit ain't
need.
no fucking self-defense.
However, the lesson here could be maybe just leave people alone.
Right.
All right. Maybe listen, man. You know, you think somebody do something silly, make a video about them here and there. But making it a habit of doing 6-hour live streams every day about them, galvanizing a community who also do their own
Oh my
6-hour live
soul,
streams,
that's too much.
about this person, and
6 hours?
essentially leeching and eating off of somebody's downfall every day. And listen, man, my best advice to people who want to make that type of content, yo, you can find multiple people's downfall and eat off of those downfalls on a routine basis, bro. All right? You don't need to sort of just pick a beef with somebody every day, because I feel like once you make a video about somebody on a routine basis, it becomes personal, opposed to somebody just looking at you as a YouTuber who make videos on everyone. That's different. But once you start making a video on somebody every day, a 6-hour live stream, tearing them down every day, they start to view you as a personal enemy, as a personal op. And that's where things can lead to this, man.
Right.
From my perspective, I think YouTube this actually might lead YouTube to make some changes in their policy, man.
They need to.
Regarding harassment and bullying. Now, some people are saying that Manny was being bullied. I don't know, bro. Manny is a 40-year-old man. So it's hard for me to apply that word bully. I would say they did take things a little too far, and Manny took things even further. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this?
Now, I feel like, when it comes down to him feeling like he may have been bullied, I don't know about that, because we're all grown, and I feel like I can't be bullied. I'm too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna let you penetrate me to where it get like that. Now, you step to me, that's a whole different scenario. You come in my face. You bully me all the way to my motherfucking front door, then yeah, you got a death wish on you, homie. Okay? That's different. But this shit on social media, nah, you know. But at the same time, technically, it does look like bullying, cyberbullying, because of the level of repetitiveness it was, how, he was just constantly, they said like 6-7 hour lives all day, every day, over 2-year time span. That's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm going to drop my link for anybody that wants to come up here. And then if not, I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I've said all that I wanted to say pretty much. It's just crazy, and it's so sad that happened like that. I just wish that, Finney and his wife would have took heed to what was really real about the situation, and don't think that you could just play with everybody, and I'm on the outside looking in and can look at the fool and tell that he wasn't rocking with a full motherfucking deck. All right. He's had many incidents on Fremont with people. He's been arrested for acting a fool, being drunk and belligerent and everything of that nature. So I just don't understand why they didn't take that a little bit more seriously. Bama, can you show your hand or something? Hey, boo. Thank you, because they be playing too much on this
Yeah, I
app.
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Hey, boo,
Stuff
how
and
you
stuff.
doing? Girl, can you hear
You hear
me?
me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
oh, ain't that. Um, with even like with that, like, this is very hard.
Yeah,
And it's very hard
it
for me.
is.
It's very hard for me
Mm-hmm.
to really grasp it because, first of all, I wouldn't even if I know.
You went out, Bama.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Uh-uh.
You there?
You know how the doggone thing do. You got to touch the thing
You
and
gotta keep touching the screen.
shoot, people be forgetting about that.
Right.
But it's like um it's so hard and it's gonna be very hard for me to say this.
Mm-hmm.
His for that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the wife, maybe
Mm-hmm.
not, but I feel it's no excuse. No excuse in the world for nobody to be that angry with anybody to want to
Facts.
unalive them, and you know what I'm saying, because first of I all I can say is you got to love yourself and you love your
Mm-hmm.
surroundings before you go out there and think
Mm-hmm.
you hurting somebody else, because
Mm-hmm.
you hurting more people than that person
Yes.
ever could have hurt
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your feelings hurt. Now you got hundreds of people feelings hurts, and
Being
it's not
affected.
fair.
Yeah.
Like, people
It's
don't really
not.
realize about real meaning of life, love, laugh, and live.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much
Mm-hmm.
hate. It's
Mm-hmm.
so much hate. And if the wife, oh yeah, if put a petition up, you knew. Even the people
Mm-hmm.
go to his live streams, the people that was saying, "Oh, he right here, he right there," lock they butt up too. You know what I'm
Exactly. They
saying?
all co-conspirators
And
because
that's
they
just
were
how I feel.
instigating it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Feel
have
the
to be.
same way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were egging it on. These people wanted to see this type of thing go down the way that it did. You know what I'm saying? So I hope they happy, which is sick, that this got live streamed. Everybody had to witness. Oh, we lost Bama. She dropped. That we all had to witness something so tragic and horrific. You know what I'm saying? All for somebody's entertainment? Like, that's insane. Here we go. I'm adding you back.
Oh
There you go, Bama.
yeah, yeah. Like, I guess AT&T they got a funny way of saying that they love you. They want me to upgrade so bad. No,
That
like,
they messing with your service.
they be, like, AT&T. Come on, man. Been with y'all 13
Right.
years, and I be acting like I'm on a burner phone, a throwaway phone.
Not a burner phone.
They be doing me dirty, man.
They like, okay, how many times do we gotta interrupt her service before she call us to upgrade?
Upgrade. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing
Nice try.
it.
Hmm.
You gonna keep on doing it. But back to what I was saying, like, you done messed up a lot of people's lives. Just and when you were saying why other
Hi,
people.
Sheila. We're talking. I'm sorry, Bama.
Oh,
Hey,
okay, go ahead.
Sheila. We're talking about what happened to the YouTuber couple in Las Vegas on Sunday. We're having a discussion about that. Thanks
Hey,
for
Sheila.
joining. Y'all hit my like button. Okay, go ahead, Bama. I'm sorry, boo.
But that's just like when you said, so didn't nobody Didn't nobody tell them that he was riding around in 1,000-degree weather, going, and I believe that one true. Cause if you driving down the strip, you is nowhere to park. You can't just swoop your car over. You gonna be
Right.
I've been there. I've been there and I ain't going back. I lost my phone within the first 2 hours I was there, and I'll never go back to Vegas.
Yeah, you told
But
me.
yeah,
Right.
but beyond that, it's like ain't no way, bro. You sitting around here, I'm looking for my number one fan. But even your people should not have been
Hmm.
that guy was.
I'm telling you,
You
but
shouldn't.
just for him to state that he's looking for him or him and his wife, and
Right.
he's going all over Vegas looking like that would have alarmed me. You
I
know
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying?
gone.
Like, I would have been like, what the fuck? Like, it's time to turn this camera off. You know what I'm saying? But you're showing him all your moves and where you're going. And he's from here, so he know how to get to where you at with ease.
Right.
So it's like you're putting yourself in danger, but at the same time, you're underestimating a person that
Right.
you've been fucking with for 2 years.
And
And
see,
then
that's long
then
enough.
he was on the verge of taking old boy channel too. He had put 2 strikes on the Mexicans channel.
And you that mad, all you gotta do is fight it, reverse it. If it's
Right.
gone, if it's like that's just like me. If it's gone, it's gonna start
It's
over.
gone.
If
Exactly.
you have people that genuinely support you and like you, then okay,
Hmm.
what could be done? You crashing out. Apparently, the other guy ain't crashing out, but you making it look like you are the real aggressor in the self defense. Well, self defense to what?
Well, the taunting that the Finney was
Oh
doing
no.
to him was making him crash out even more. But I don't think that Finney looked at it like that. I think that he looked at all this little shrimp ass motherfucker right here. He just he ain't finna do shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
He weak, he this, he that, and see, that's where we go wrong as a people when we sit here and try to tell ourselves what somebody ain't gonna do.
Right.
The way I was raised, my mother always said, "You don't say what somebody ain't gonna do."
You never
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
Because you
Because
never,
you never know.
yeah, you never know what's on that person mind. What what
Okay.
they're going through, and a person like that, like how I said,
Mm-hmm.
if I would have seen him in that car, anybody would have screenshot of him and said anything.
Uh-huh.
I would have went. I would have been on top of the hotel somewhere.
Mm. Okay.
I would have been
Or at the
sight,
damn
baby.
airport, shoot, we would have had to leave from here or something.
Baby, we gotta
And
go.
then
Elizabeth.
you had no protection. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even come out here with his heat or nothing like that.
Well,
And that's that underestimating people stuff.
yeah. I mean, it would not never be taunting,
Go
regardless
nowhere
of.
without mine. I don't go nowhere without my stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
it won't be no taunting or nothing like that or self defense because you was in your right man. Once they saw a
Mm-hmm.
video from the day before, you wanted this. That's premeditated. You and your
Right.
meditated this. You and your subscribers and everybody else. I don't care if it was trolls in your chat telling you where he was at. You still went there.
He still went. Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
and guy, big guy, rest in peace. But you can't smile and laugh at every goddamn thing. I had to learn that shit. You can't be laughing. The fuck
You
you was
had to
laughing
learn that,
for?
man.
The fuck you was laughing at? No, you can't. That ain't funny.
Oh, it's so
That is no
sad.
jab. That is no
Yeah.
jab. But that's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
damn, man. You and
Well, I mean, his last action was laughing.
right,
When he was doing a live stream when old dude was walking
right,
past him.
right. And he ran the fuck. I don't
He
give
tried to get away,
I
yeah,
don't care
you
what
know?
nobody say. He ran that fuck you wife. Fuck out of here. I'm finna
Nah,
go.
old dude wasn't playing. He wet him up. I mean, he wet him up, and to do that to the wife, two to the back of her head, like that's just overkill.
Do
That's
you think
insane.
so? Do you think? Because I guess it's a gun that automatically shoots like 7 rounds or something, or did he just sit there and say boom, 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 boom? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can see him cock it when he was trying to go around the wife. I seen him cock it. Hmm.
Right?
If
Because
you
that's
look at the
like
video, you can see him. He cocked the motherfucker
right,
right before he let it off.
right, and that was my thing. Once the next day they said, and the wife. I'm like, how the wife? The wife was standing right there,
Right.
but
Yeah, she went to grab the phone or whatever the phone was sitting on, whatever they call them things. She grabbed that, and I guess I don't know what she was gonna try to show what had happened, or was she gonna try to call 911? I don't know. But it appears to me that she was trying to render some type of aid, go up to her husband, and as she did that, he shot her twice.
You pig.
Right.
You a
And
pig.
then gonna run across the street and start taking his shirt and hat off and everything, and left his clothes and the gun in the parking lot of the Paris hotel.
But dude, your fingerprints. I mean, like, come on now. You did not
Right.
think you. Yeah. Where is your wife? She going to?
Oh, she ran down the sidewalk thing, talking about, oh my God, my husband just killed somebody, just shot somebody, or
And
whatever the
they
case.
should have yoked her ass. They should have drop kicked her ass. You gonna stay right here,
Exactly.
right? Like, no, don't be yelling. What? Oh, come on,
Hmm.
you right here.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but I'm pretty sure they gonna yoke her ass up soon. I'm pretty sure, because I just don't see how they can't. That's crazy. Because you was with him, and he had his hand, on his waist area when he was walking past Finney and his wife. If you look at the video, he had his hand on his waist area. He was holding his heat.
Right, and that boy
I
sitting.
just think he was trying to play it off to walk past, you know what I'm saying, to try to play it off. Or maybe he was gonna walk up to Finney and let off, on the back of his head or his back area or something like that. But he was streaming on live. Because what I was told is that she saw him, the wife seen the dude walking past, and
Mm-hmm.
she came up to him as we saw in the video.
Right.
But what I don't think that his plan was to just simply walk past them. He was finna do something. I just think that it just turned out the way it turned out.
See, if Big Boy could have known, he just could have probably 1-2 them real quick. I
Hmm.
don't know.
Yeah.
No, I be thinking about realistic.
Other ways to
Yeah,
handle stuff. But people don't fight no more, Bama.
I know.
People carries, weapons and stuff. Ain't nobody fighting.
I know.
That stuff is done for.
You
These
just got to
people
make.
is trying to take you out before you take them out.
Ooh-wee.
So it's just a sad situation. Young Riaz, is that you in the back?
Hey,
Can you show your hand or something of that nature?
no,
Okay,
you let
got you.
your face, ham and some nature. Mm,
Yeah, I'm not playing with these motherfuckers because they tried to get me a year
Yeah.
ago.
yeah, they got.
Hey, how you doing, boo?
I'm doing all right though.
Hey,
Did you have
young.
something to offer to the conversation?
Yeah, that's kind of sad though, to be honest. Though that is sad though, man.
Say that again.
So that's bit sad though, man. Literally.
Yeah, it is sad. Very sad, unfortunate, senseless, horrific, just everything. And it could have been avoidable in some type of way, but Like I said, the way of the world, ain't nobody scrapping. Mm-mm.
Mhm.
People pulling out burners. They trying to take you out. Ain't no fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just said I was gonna try to. They think this a burner phone. See, where I'm from, they call it the heater. Now you
Yeah,
saying
they call it heat too. They call it heat, burners, poles, sticks,
see
all that where I'm
Straps.
from.
Straps. Where I'm from,
all
instead of saying jets, though, we say straps.
okay.
Straps.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
well I
We
don't
get
I
the straps out, get the, what is it? I think the, say nice, I think you say shanks, though. Get the shanks out.
but at the end of the day, why they passed all that laws, they should check people for their mental health. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody should not be able to carry. Because everybody is, you know what I'm saying, got stuff going on. And time
Right.
one somebody make them mad and they see the next person, they'll have a flashback back and think that's that person. And I ain't know
Mm-hmm.
what. I don't even know what you talking
Yeah,
about.
I get it though, but look, I kind of agree with you though, but yes, these are meant to happen also make the process a little strict as well. But at the same time, if you take one away, they'll find an alternative as well. Because you know where I'm from, though, basically, though, you can get a gun in the UK, but the process is stricter though, and since they can't get most people can't get it legally, they'll either get it illegally or turn a toy into a real, or they just use knives mostly. I know the UK is mostly known for knives, but trust me, UK has guns too, though. It's just mostly down south. When you go in South London, though, you see more of them there, or you do see them around. It's just very rare to see them. So, like, the process is stricter, but something else, though, has taken its place.
So if is South London like considered like a different side of town, like where it's a
Yeah, more
different
rough.
element of people?
Yeah, different element though. Different areas in South London. South London's mostly known, like, look, depending which area you go, the Brixton or Peckham, they're known for being no-go zones though. Literally, depending which area you go in South London, they're a full no-go zone. Literally, police, government, everyone advises you don't go down there though. No-go zones. They'll literally set you up, rub everything, they'll literally take you out.
Mm, mm.
So
Wow.
basically, the South London has a higher crime rate, though. But then you do have crime rates in
Mm,
East London, West, and South, all of that, though. But South has the higher one. So South is the
oh,
most
okay.
roughest part, though. East London is grimy, of course. People associate West London for being rich and posh, but trust me, they'll go to different areas down there, though. They're more rough than you think they are. So
Mm,
that,
mm. Well, yeah, this was a tragic thing that we all had to witness. The world had to see that take place. It's viral. Everybody didn't seen it. It's been on all the news channels and everything like that. So,
Yeah.
it's just
I
very, very senseless.
hold
sorry.
on.
Okay, hold on, sorry.
Go ahead, Bama.
Oh no. I was just saying. I was actually telling y'all to hold on, but I was just saying that I first learned about it when you shared it the first time, and I was like, yo, like this is sad, and and
Mm-hmm.
and I just want to
Wow.
make public service announcement. I'm not evil. I'm not fake. I'm not phony. I'm not nothing. I don't carry bones. I'm not a snake. I'm none of that. But what I am, I'm a human that has feelings as well, and
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I can get it. I can dig it how the guy just really felt. But at the end of the day, when you see something, you say something. When people knew that that
Mm-hmm.
was bothering the guy, like how it was
Mm-hmm.
really bothering them, and they just sat back and said, "Okay, well he'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be okay." I feel because nobody, nobody, especially your family members, your wife, your kids,
Mm-hmm.
they're
People
going to
close to
be
you.
most noticeable of your behavior.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but what's with this no snitching thing? No, look, if it ain't about that life, the no snitching rule don't apply to you. Literally, I'm a civvy though. I know I should stand on business though, but I am going to snitch though. I don't care what happens though. I'm snitching though.
Y'all say he goes, hold on, hold
I
on.
heard that, y'all.
Yo, you done made me laugh, boy. I
Yeah,
am going to snitch
yeah,
though.
but I'll be real though. Every time, last resort though, I am going to snitch. I can stand
For
on
something
business
like
though if I
that,
want
heck
to.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hmm.
okay.
of course,
You trip
of
me
course.
out like, yeah, but yeah, you right.
Yeah, because look, the
Absolutely.
real reason
So
I'm
that's what I'm
snitching
saying.
though
Like,
is because look, I ain't about that life, and I'm very real. I'm honest and very real about it. I ain't about that life. I grew up in a nice home, nice family, nice everything. I got everything I need though. I don't have to actually go out there and basically do what they gotta do. I ain't looking down. I'm just being grateful for what I've got though, man. I'm in a good position in life though. I don't need to do all of that. And I know
Right.
they're gonna say though you get rich people who do that though, but that's not me, man. I'm too good for that, and I'm not built for that. You can actually tell I'm not built for that type of lifestyle, even if I wanted to.
Mm. And see, the man that got killed, him and his wife, he was supposed to be about that life. You see what I'm saying? They're saying that he was, associated with a gang and everything like that. So if you so smart, you should have saw this shit coming. But see, like I said, you underestimate people's mental, and you sit here and say what they're not going to do because you're judging them off how they look. Those are the
Okay.
most dangerous people, in my opinion. The
oh, but
ones,
Right, but I'm also gonna
I'm gonna
say this
I'm
also a
I'm
disclaimer
gonna say
also
this and
though.
give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna be right back. But no,
okay, Bama.
they didn't. He didn't judge that man off what he looked. He looked fruity loop. He looked cuckoo for cocoa
No, he
puff.
judged him off of his stature and how short he was,
Oh, the
talking
shortness. Oh,
about his
yeah. Okay.
manhood and everything of that nature. Because the man that passed away, he was 6'4". He's the ex football player, they're saying. Okay, so he was a big
Wow.
guy. And then
Oh
you look
wow.
at old boy that, did the unaliving, they said he was like 5'2".
Okay. Wow,
So you
that is
know how
bad stuff.
people can be cruel and make fun of, certain things about your appearance and, the way you're built or your height and everything of that nature. So these were two men going against each other, seeing, dropping whoever got the biggest balls or whatever the case may be. So it got very personal in the war between them, and men, when you talk about things like that with men, most men, it can be very offensive to them from what I've seen being
Yeah, I
around
get
men.
that. Me personally, though, I prefer to basically talk things out or walk away, though. Of course, though, if it's last resort, I'm going to need to do that, though. But I don't prefer talking using violence because it ain't worth it, man. Like literally, it ain't worth it, and I
Yeah, at
know it's
the end of the
not
day,
worth
it's
it.
not
Though.
worth
Also,
it,
I'm
because
empathetic, and also I'm gonna say this is
technically,
what disclaimer. Though I'm gonna leave a
three
disclaimer.
lives were lost. Three lives
Though.
were lost. The couple, and then the person that did what he did. His life is done for.
That is sad though. Wow. I mean, about the couple, but I heard about that yesterday. I heard the story yesterday though. Literally, they were talking
Uh-huh.
about it yesterday and stuff like that. I've heard about it when
Yeah.
it came out though. Literally. So,
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah, well,
Anyway, though.
it's been really just circulating here in Vegas.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about it. So it just, it was bothering me, and I just felt compelled to come out here and just kind of touch on it a little bit, and just tell anybody that, if you're feeling a certain way, you being picked on or whatever like that, step away from this social media stuff. Take the app
Mm,
up off your phone, delete it, do whatever you have to do for your peace. Because, in my opinion, and I'm just speaking for me, it's not that serious. Until you
mhm,
come to my door or you step to me in my space, then that's a whole nother story. But all this stuff, this big biting and exchanging insults and stuff like that, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
Just
but
step
that's enough.
away. Take a break, give yourself time, and just leave it alone, because people are going to be cruel. People are going to say mean things to you. That's just the way of the world. It has nothing to
Mhm.
do with social media. It's just life. You can go to Walmart or the mall or anywhere, the gas station, and somebody might say something rude to you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
cashier may be having a bad day and she might snatch your money out your hand the wrong way, or throw you your fucking receipt in a way that's disrespectful. So we're going to have these things happen in life with people. You just have to know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have the mental capacity because you're going through something in your private life, you need to step away from social media, because you're going to end
Mhm.
up crashing out and you're going to hurt your family, all the people that might depend on you, need you, love you, whatever the case may be. And while you
Right.
sitting your ass in that jail cell, when that adrenaline go down, you gonna be sitting there looking like Boo Boo the Fool, telling yourself this shit was fucking stupid. Period.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, blame it.
That's
Don't waste
period.
the time.
Other people
Anyways,
saying
but
why they didn't
sorry.
stop me. No, I was saying that, no, they're gonna be some oh, why they didn't stop me. No, why your mind didn't stop ticking.
Right. Because it's really
Mhm.
not nobody else's responsibility, and you're a grown man or woman. Ain't nobody babysitters. But at the same time, like, I'm married. I have a responsibility to my husband just like he got one to me. Okay.
Mhm.
And he has a responsibility to protect me and to let me know if I might be doing too much or going down a certain road that I don't need to. You got to have a support system. You got to have people around you to tell you when you doing something wrong and fucked up. Now, do
Yeah.
you have to listen to that? No, you don't,
Mm,
because we're all grown, right? We're all
I
responsible
probably say,
for ourselves. We're
yeah,
responsible
that's
for
what I was
ourselves.
gonna say. That to
You
be
know,
honest, I
so
just
you don't really have to listen. It's up to you if you want to listen or not. Okay. So if you choose not to listen, then there's consequences on the other side of that.
okay. That's fine. I totally agree with
And
you.
that's how I look at that. That's how I view it.
I
Because
see
can't
you on what
nobody
you
tell
mean.
nobody what to do. We can only just talk to people.
Now you can offer suggestion, you can offer perspective, and you can offer your opinion, but you can never truly change nobody. I know that though because literally I got told that though. Literally, they said that look, they found ways to change me. They can help offer to help me change though, but I'm the one who has to change for myself though, and I can agree to that though. Anyway, like what you're saying though, that makes sense though. To be
Hmm.
honest though, like I know they can protect me and stuff like that though, but I'm the one who need to protect me
Yeah.
though. And that makes sense. So also, I'm gonna say this is what everyone else. Help everyone's enjoying the stream also, and also on the replay as well. Don't take any offense to what we're saying. Don't take any offense to what I'm saying. No, if you're about that life, though, do what you gotta do. And I'm not excusing nothing. Just I'm just basically saying what I'm gonna say. So don't take no offense, though. This is a full disclaimer right here. So
Yeah,
I'm just
because
keeping
we're
it
not
I
real.
in
need to
the
put your
mind.
disclaimer up there that you a
He put
snitch.
a disclaimer on my channel.
Hey, Nark,
I'm
Nark.
not trying to though. I was just making a disclaimer, but you know what people are like though.
Thank you for
Look,
the
I'm
laugh,
not.
y'all.
I'm not
Bama
trying to
crazy.
I'm not trying to create problem. I'm just basically making that disclaimer there. You know what people's like. Well, it's up to them though what they do or not do. But I'm making that
Right.
disclaimer. Says, look, I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible for how you feel about what I said though. You know, I'm only responsible for me. So whatever I say, don't take it personally because they ain't planning it to nobody else though. This is just
Yeah,
what
I don't
I'm
think
thinking and
nobody
what I'm
will take it personally though,
Oh, we
Young.
ain't
We're
taking it
just
no,
personal.
I
talking.
know. I'm just
Yeah,
no.
nobody's gonna take nothing personally, so don't even worry about that.
I ain't
You
worried though,
ain't
but I'm
gotta
just
do no
making that
disclaimer.
disclaimer.
You good. You
No, I
Oh,
know.
good.
thank you, y'all.
Nah, but I did it.
Bama.
What? Yes, you did.
Bama.
Yes. It never fails, man. You tickles me. It never fails. I be so thankful.
He said, "Hold up, let me clear this up
Yeah,
right
let
quick."
me put out this
Yeah.
disclaimer now. I said,
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I know I don't have to make no disclaimer, but I'm gonna say it anyway though, because look, at the end of the day, well, if they hear this disclaimer and they take offense to, I'm not responsible for whatever happens. I know this is gonna people are gonna be people. Whatever happens, happens. Though, but I've
No, ain't
made it,
nobody
so it is.
listening. Nobody's listening to it like that, to
listening,
where
no,
they would
everybody.
come back
Yeah, I know,
and
but look,
hold you responsible for anything. Because first of all, you're on my channel. This is my platform, so you're just a guest speaking. So don't feel like you got to put out no warning or no whatever like that. You good. You are
man, I
good.
know,
So
I
no,
know,
we're
I
just
know.
on here talking and sharing our perspectives and opinions on
Mm,
what we're seeing take
oh,
place and everything like that.
that makes
But
sense. Then, yeah, I
anyway,
agree.
Bama, do you have anything else, girl? Cause I'm finna have to get up off of here. Bama. Oh, I don't know. She probably stepped away from her phone. But
Okay,
yeah, so good conversation. Thank you guys for hopping on my panel with me and
okay,
chit
you're
chatting. I'm
welcome.
finna end this. Thank you, Young. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you for hopping up here with me. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay,
All right, hon. Take care.
okay, bye.
Bye bye. So, with that being said, Bama said had a phone call. Oh, okay, boo. Did you want to come back up? Because if not, I'm finna end this. We'll catch the next. Okay, boo. So, with that being said, I enjoy talking to y'all. It's always a pleasure. And I'm gonna talk to y'all on the next live. I want you guys to have a beautiful day, beautiful rest of your week going into the weekend. Be safe, live, laugh, love, like my girl Bama said. Um, you know, try to be as kind as you can. Oh, is that you?
Yes,
Look.
yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to just let you know, let everybody know. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
ma'am.
Nice. It's nice to have decent conversations and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nobody, tearing nobody down, and everybody opinion matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
start listening to other people, through hurt eyes, through sane eyes, through any kind of eyes, and in any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
What they say, you see the listen to hear the what the thing is. I don't know. I be
You
talking.
I know what you're
You know what I'm
saying, but
trying
I
to say?
can't think of it. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard that
You gon'
saying
you
before.
gonna think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be like, word, Bama. You're gonna be like, word. I understand what she's saying, but
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, different little topics and different little things to
Oh
where
yeah,
I
absolutely.
express myself, because I do take stuff funny. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been laughing though. I'm be so honest with you. I would have been, I would have been on some jet skis or something. I would have been. I just wanted to give you this good laugh
Would have
before you
got the
leave,
hell on, okay?
because at the end of the day, that ain't no good laugh what you did, bro. But
No, it's not.
and
Mm-mm. And
and
it's just so sad,
yeah, it's
because
nothing but
everybody's lives are now changed forever, on
forever,
both sides
forever, yeah. So
over some words. And my grandmother used to tell us, what she used to say, sticks and stones may
bones may
break your
break your
bones, but
bones, but
words may
words will
never
never
hurt you.
hurt. For
But
real.
I beg
But
to
words
differ
do
on
hurt.
the words part.
Yeah,
Yeah, words
just
can hurt. Yeah.
they can.
Mm-hmm.
They can.
Mm-hmm.
They can. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
it's just the what word it is and what you
Yeah.
saying and how you put it together.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to tell kids, we finna go. But like I used to tell my kids, they be like, I'm like, why you got in trouble? Well, they call me. I said, well, damn, am I ugly? Like, what the hell you fighting for?
Like, you believe that?
What? I used to be like, what? Ain't no way, bro. You come home and be in trouble for fighting because they say your mama ugly one more time.
Yeah, because if it ain't true, it shouldn't move you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that's what triggers people to do such things as this, you know? And then we don't know what's going on in their home life or what type of upbringing they had. You know, it's just a lot of different factors in with that. And it's just so tragic and sad. You know, these people came to Vegas because he was celebrating his birthday weekend. That's why they were here. So, but at the
And ain't no
same
way, bro.
time, but yeah, that's
It's
what I'm
no
saying. But at the same time, you come into Vegas where you're beefing with this man. Y'all been going at it for 2 years and he's threatening you. And you
but
want to come here to celebrate your birthday weekend. You know, somebody said, is it possible that he could have been taunting old boy by coming to Vegas?
well, he could have went to the old Vegas. I know about that. He could have went to the old Vegas. Ain't nobody tell you walk that strip and be on that strip and go live. I would have been like,
Going
yeah, I'm in
live,
Vegas.
yeah.
Yeah, loud.
He could have let it be known he was out here, but he didn't have to show his location. You know, that's where they went wrong at. You know, it was like they was welcoming him to come look for them.
Yeah, it was no rights and it was all wrongs on both parties. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
Yep, I
They all
agree.
so with that being said, honey child, baby boo, I will holler
Yes,
at
ma'am. Good
you
talking
up
to
and
you.
stuff.
Yes. Love you, girl. Keep your head up.
Oh, you know I got me.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right, boo. Talk to you later.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, hon. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. I'm finna end this live. Please hit my like button. Go ahead and share if there's any content creators that is on the replay. Go ahead and share my live. You're welcome to do so. Also, you can feel free to leave me a comment and we can further discuss this topic in the comment section of this live video. Okay. Oh, hey, TRW. How you doing, boo? I'm finna end this. Hopefully you can catch the replay and everything like that. And you guys have a blessed day, and I will talk to you all on the next live.